Pi Network pioneers, we need to talk. The price of Pi coin has dropped below $1, currently sitting at 91 cents. That's a 7.47% dip in the last 24 hours. But hold on, before you panic, let's break this down. What's really happening with Pi coin? Why did the price drop? More importantly, what does the future hold for Pi in 2025? Could this be a golden opportunity in disguise? We're diving deep into market trends, the role of pioneers, and how we can position ourselves for massive potential gains. But first, let's hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know. What's your Pi price prediction for 2025? Do you see it rising or falling? Also, if you've been following our Pi Network updates, you know we always keep it real. Make sure to check out our previous videos to catch up on the latest developments. Link in the description below. And hey, show some love. Drop Pi Network to the moon in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you the most accurate and up-to-date Pi Network insights. Quick disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and not financial advice. Now let's get started. The initial excitement of Pi Network's open mainnet launch was massive. The trading volume surged and everyone was buzzing about its potential. But as expected, that hype eventually cooled down, and we're now seeing Pi coin stabilize at a much lower price. The current market activity proves one thing. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. The Pi Network was never built for short-term speculators or traders looking to make a quick flip. That's exactly why professional traders and big market manipulators are struggling to control Pi's price movements. The numbers tell an interesting story. Right now, the long-short ratio shows 942,000 Pi long positions versus 679,000 short positions. This means the market is still holding steady despite the drop in trading volume. But here's what's really interesting. The whales and big investors are not pumping and dumping Pi like they do with other cryptocurrencies. Why? Because they know the Pi network is a different kind of beast. If they crash the price too much, millions of pioneers who truly believe in Pi's potential will jump in and start buying at a discount. Let's break it down. If the price of Pi coin falls to say 7 cents, would you buy? I know I would. And so would thousands, maybe even millions of pioneers. Even if each person only buys $50 or $100 worth of Pi, that's millions of dollars flooding into the market, crushing the whale's attempts to manipulate the price. This is the power of decentralization. This is why Pi Network is so unique. But here's the catch. The only way for Pi coin's price to grow sustainably is by increasing real-world demand. Forget about speculation and price predictions. The real question is, how do we create demand for Pi coin? We already have one great example, the DApp domains. This platform alone has already sold 2.9 million Pi coins with over 10,941 Pi-powered domain names registered. And that's just one application within the Pi Network ecosystem. Imagine what will happen when we have hundreds or even thousands of dApps, each consuming millions of Pi coins per month. At that point, supply and demand will shift, and the price will naturally rise. Not because of hype, but because Pi is being used in real-world transactions. But there's a challenge. The current low price of Pi coin might discourage new users from joining the network. Think about it, why would someone spend weeks mining Pi when it's barely worth $1? A year ago, when mining was easier and rewards were higher, many people ignored Pi Network. But now that they can actually sell their Pi, they suddenly want in. The problem? It's not as easy to mine anymore. Pi Network is fair. Those who believed in the project early are now reaping the benefits. However, this situation creates an interesting dynamic. In wealthier countries, people might not see the value in mining Pi at such low prices. But in regions where earning $5 to $10 a day is significant, pioneers are more motivated to mine, invite new users, and expand the network. This is where Pi's true humanitarian value shines. It creates economic opportunities for people in developing nations while allowing entrepreneurs in wealthier regions to build businesses and services powered by Pi coin. The Pi Core team understands that building a successful cryptocurrency ecosystem is a long-term endeavor requiring careful planning and execution. By designing the economy to prevent extreme volatility and manipulation, they are ensuring that Pi coin remains stable and valuable over time. Unlike many cryptocurrencies that experience rapid price swings due to speculation, Pi Network aims to foster steady, organic growth. This approach allows for gradual adoption, giving users confidence in the currency's reliability and long-term potential. The ultimate goal is to establish a self-sustaining digital economy, where Picoin is not just another crypto asset, but a widely accepted means of exchange for real-world transactions. By encouraging utility-driven adoption, the team is creating an ecosystem where individuals and businesses can use Picoin for goods and services, rather than just holding it as a speculative investment. This vision sets Pi Network apart from other projects, positioning it as a practical and functional digital currency with real economic value. So what can you do right now? First, don't panic. Price fluctuations are normal, and Pi is still in its early stages of development. The key is patience and participation. Instead of worrying about short-term price movements, think about the bigger picture. Use Pi whenever possible. Support dApps that accept Pi as payment. The more transactions we create, the stronger the ecosystem becomes. Educate others. If you're already in the Pi network, share your knowledge with new users. Help them understand the vision beyond just the price of the coin. Be ready for opportunities. If Picoin dips, consider buying. When demand eventually outweighs supply, you'll be glad you accumulated at lower prices. At the end of the day, Pi Network is about community-driven growth. Unlike traditional financial systems where a few entities hold significant influence, Pi Network empowers its users to shape its future. No single person, exchange, or whale dictates its trajectory. Instead, the collective efforts of millions of pioneers determine its success. This decentralized vision ensures that the network remains fair, resilient, and inclusive, giving everyday users a chance to participate in the evolution of digital currency. True value in any cryptocurrency lies in its real-world applications, and Pi Network is no exception. The key to long-term success is not speculative trading but the development of practical use cases that make Pi a valuable asset in daily transactions. By fostering a thriving ecosystem, where businesses and individuals accept Pi as payment, we strengthen its legitimacy and utility. Adoption is the lifeblood of any currency, and as more people integrate Pi into their economic activities, its demand will naturally grow, reinforcing its role as a functional and reliable digital asset. Rather than fixating on price speculation, the community should channel its energy into building and expanding the network. The price of Pi will ultimately reflect the strength of its ecosystem, driven by active participation and real-world adoption. If pioneers remain dedicated to supporting merchants, developers, and new users, the market will naturally recognize its value. In the end, sustainable growth stems from a solid foundation of usability, trust, and widespread engagement, ensuring that Pi Network thrives in the evolving digital economy. So there you have it. The Picoin price drop isn't the end of the world, it's actually a critical stage in Pi Network's journey toward real adoption. The future of Pi isn't about quick profits, it's about long-term value. And we as pioneers have the power to shape that future. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think will drive Pi's price up in the future? More dApps, more adoption, something else? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you have any questions or insights, feel free to share. We always love engaging with the Pi community. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep supporting the channel. Your engagement helps us bring you the latest and most accurate